the US blockade at Iranian ports in Hormuz has begun. However, in the first 24 hours, there has been limited impact with at least 8 ships, including 3 Iran-linked tankers, crossing the waterway. US Central Command says that no ships bound for Iranian ports made it past the blockade, with 6 vessels turning back after directions from the US forces. The 3 Iran-linked vessels that transited the strait were not headed to Iranian ports and were unaffected. Meanwhile, Panama-flagged tanker Peace Gulf is en route to the UAE's Hamria port. Earlier, 2 US sanctioned tankers also passed through the Murkistan is heading to Iraq. However, the US sanctioned tanker Stari, which belongs to China, made its way back to the Strait of Hormuz on the exiting the Gulf of the day before. According to US officials, US destroyer stopped 2 oil tankers attempting to leave the Iranian port of Chabahar. The Strait of Hormuz is a vital route for global oil and shipping industry as it holds the global traffic of about 20%. Before the conflict, it saw an average of about 130 ships crossing the strait, whereas now it only sees a handful. Well, as the negotiations efforts continue, Strait of Hormuz situation continues to escalate with the US naval blockade now effective in the Strait of Hormuz. According to initial reports, after the first day of the US naval blockade, not much traffic in the Strait of Hormuz has been affected. Although US maintains that no ship that was going from the Iranian port was allowed to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. A Chinese vessel, Stari, which was able to pass through the Hormuz, had to return back after a possible rocket attack. The Strait of Hormuz is a vital route for the global oil supply and it controls over 20% of the total world supply. The US has informed that it destroyed and stopped 2 oil tankers attempting to leave the Iranian port of Chabahar.